Dr. Mrs. Bosade Ogunlana. She's a member of the Alliance for New Nigeria, running to represent by the North Federal Constituency in the Federal House of Representatives. We're talking about a political party, what they have to offer Nigerians in the 2019 election, and our chances, what she thinks, qualifies her to occupy that office in the Federal House of Representatives. So you were making a point about the source of your finances to actually fund your campaign when the campaigns officially open according to the rules stipulated by INEC. And it is important because, you're running against people who are members of the mainstream parties who would probably have the support of the godfathers that you mentioned, or even the support of their parties based on the fact that the party might be in power at the federal or at the state level. So you were making a point about that before we went on break.
Yes, thank you very much. In our party, Alliance for New Nigeria, we don't practice godfatherism, and we believe that if you come with that big sack of dollars and dole it out for the campaign, you're going to come back when we finally win the election, and you're going to come back and request for it in multiple folds, and we may not be able to deliver at that point in time and make impact in our various constituencies. So we don't do money bags. We don't encourage that at all. But we do what we call crowdfunding. 1,000 naira from 1 million people is a lot of money. And that is what we've been doing in our party, apart from candidates using their own personal money, because I believe that wherever your heart is, that is where your money, that is where your resources will be. So each and every one of us, we've had to scoop out part of our personal finances and put it all into this cause, because we believe that when a new Nigeria emerges, our name will be written in gold as a legacy.
So what is driving you? Because that's a lot. If you've worked for maybe 20, 15 years or thereabout, and you're putting, like you said, your past personal savings into this cause, eventually, and if you do not hypothetically don't get it eventually, what then would keep you going? What would drive you eventually?
What is driving a lot of us is the passion for a new Nigeria. What is driving a lot of us is that we don't want to live, and our children's children asking us, Mom, what did you, or Grandma, what did you do when Nigeria was turning out this way? What is driving us is the passion to see things change. What is driving us is the passion to see people become better, have a better standard of living. What is driving us is to be able to input our quota. It's not just about you being comfortable in your comfort zone. You see, when heaven wants to fall, it's going to fall on everybody. And the situation in Nigeria now is like heaven is about to fall. And we have prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and we see that we also need to put action into our prayers, because faith without works is dead. So that is what is driving us in Alliance for New Nigeria. And that's why a lot of us are putting in our all into some of these things, so that we also get to where the bill is being passed and get to where the constituency money is and be able to distribute it appropriately and impact lives at the end of the day.
Some questions have been raised about, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, by some parties, questioning whether or not they will be neutral, whether or not they will ensure a credible election in 2019, as allowing for a level playing field for everyone and every political party contesting in the election. I just want to ask you, what's your own perception of INEC right now, given their performances in the past couple of elections at the state level, for example, in Ekiti and Osun State? The Osun State election raised a lot of questions about whether or not they would be, neutral and objective in the conduct of the 2019 election. So what is your perception of INEC's performance and readiness for the election?
Thank you very much. That's a very fantastic question there. But I want to say that INEC is not a robot. It is people that make up all these bodies. It is people that are going to conduct, the election. It is people that are going to collect the results. And we are telling these people that, see, if you compromise, it's like you throw a stone into the market, it's going to hit your relative eventually. So what goes round must come round. And that's why everybody listening to me now, it's not about the money you can make during this upcoming campaign. It's about our nation. It's about the fact that our nation can also be better than what it is. It's about the fact that we can have a better Nigeria, a new Nigeria, where we all will be proud of and will be able to hand over to our children and children's children. It's about the fact that we have resources, human resource, We have all sorts of resources in Nigeria, and these resources are enough for us. We don't even have to borrow. It's about the fact that things can change for the better, and we can have a more desirable place to live in Nigeria. So people should no longer compromise. People should stand their ground and play these things right, so that we also can, in the Committee of Nations, they can be making mention of Nigeria as the real giant of Africa. So INEC, or those who rig elections, or those they use to rig elections, are not robots. They are not spirits. They are human beings that are hearing and listening to what I'm saying now. And that's why we are encouraging people to play it right this time around.
Okay. You've been mentioning the name your husband. As one of the main supports you get in this race. How crucial is this support? As you're running for office, how crucial is it for you?
For me, this is one of the most important supports I can ever get. If my husband didn't give me the go ahead, sincerely, I won't be here today. I'll just probably be supporting some other woman that her husband has given her the support. And I really, really thank God for my husband. He's made in heaven. He's giving me all the support that I need, because one of the things you need is the emotional support, from somebody that is dear to your heart and close to you. And that is my husband. And he has seen me. He knows what I do. He knows what I carry. And he knows what my passion is all about. And that's why gladly he wants me to just run for this office.
All right. In case you did not know, her husband is a popular clergyman in Ibadan, or your state. He's known as Kwaitowa. That's his name. Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Bosade Ogunlana, for joining us on the program this morning. It's been an interesting conversation. We wish you the very best of luck in your race in the bid to represent Ibadan North Federal Constituency at the Federal House of Representatives in the next election. Final word to members of the constituency before we go. Final word.
Final word to members of Ibadan North Federal Constituency is that I don't know if you are enjoying what you've been enjoying all these years, but it is time for us to have Ibadan North Federal Constituency become a little London of some sort. It's time to have a new Nigeria feel in our constituency, and I'm enjoining us to get up and give us all the support you can ever think of.
Thank you very much. And we appreciate those who have been a part of the conversation this morning. Thank you for joining us. Do join us again next Saturday for another edition of The Perspective, right here on the Beat 97.9 FM. My name is Olong.